The Bat and the Cat, Past, Present, and Future. Welcome to the Comicstorian Complete Story Series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then we read them dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. After his 100-issue Batman run was cut short, Tom King was given the chance to conclude his story in the 12-issue series Batman, Catwoman. This tells the story from the past, present, and future of Batman and Catwoman and how their lives are always intertwined. Benny was a big Tom King Batman fan, and I think we all considered him to be like Batman. And so, this video in particular is dedicated to him and his Catwoman, Nathalie, on today, the 18th of September, 2024, what would have been their 16th wedding anniversary. This is Batman Catwoman issues 1 through 4 by Tom King. I hope you enjoy. The present. Christmas time in Wayne Manor. Lights twinkle on the tree as a warm fire pops and crackles in the hearth, casting the study in a soft glow. Bruce sits in one of his father's old easy chairs, sipping at tea he made for himself. He looks across at the other chair, at a woman that he has not seen in years. The house hasn't changed much. It's very nice, the woman says. Bruce nods. How can I help you, Andrea? He asks, still staring at the woman that he thought was dead. The future. Selina Kyle drives her convertible down the Florida highway. Christmas music playing softly on the radio as the sun shines brightly overhead. She finally arrives at her destination, an old retirement community on the coast. Selina stares around with a small smile before finally walking up to one of the small houses. An old man answers the door and stares at her in shock through thick glasses. My God, Selina Kyle, after all these years? He gasps. The present. Snow falls over a cold Gotham night. Batman and Catwoman stand atop a tall building, looking out over the city from a gargoyle. Andrea Beaumont, an old friend I haven't seen in some time. She's here about her son, Batman explains to Selina. They leap out over the city as Batman explains the situation to her. This is the woman who was your first love, who later became a killer vigilante? Didn't she die in a fire with the Joker? Selina asks. Batman nods as they leap across another gap. The Joker survived. So did she, apparently. She's been hiding for years, afraid of the Joker, Batman tells her. They both leap another gap and glide across the city as Batman asks where they should start looking for a lost child in Gotham. The future. Selina looks at the pictures and comments on the man's grandkids. He nods and smiles as he flops back into his overstuffed easy chair. How about you? You must have some of your own grandkids by now. How's Helena? He asks. Selina shrugs and puts the picture back down. She's dating a very nice woman. We all had dinner, but with everything, I don't know if it's gonna work out, she comments. The old man nods. Yeah, well, that's the problem with our chosen profession, isn't it? All that running about at night, hard to find what we're looking for, he says. Selina shakes her head and puts her cat on the floor. I don't know. I think we did all right, she comments. The present. Batman and Catwoman have made their way to the lair of the Sewer King, demanding to know where Andrew Beaumont is. The villain stares at Catwoman for a moment before nodding his head. Yes, I remember you. It seems like yesterday. The lovely little girl with all the kitties. I missed you, kitty girl. Wherever did you go? He asks, patting the head of one of his alligators. Selina cracks her whip and demands an answer, but the Sewer King motions for his gators to attack. Batman and Catwoman stand back to back as more gators begin to appear in the shallow waters around them. Selina kicks out as one attacks, but Batman grabs his grapple gun and fires into the air, pulling them to safety. In the past, Selina lowers herself over a bed of a sleeping gangster. Her hand reaches for the cat necklace he's wearing. Suddenly, the light clicks on, and Selina turns in surprise for a moment. "What?" "Oh, you," she whispers. Joker smiles at her from a nearby chair, a Tommy gun cradled in his lap. "Hello, darling! I thought you might be here. Are you having fun?" Joker asks. Selina turns her back to the gangster, the light showing his death grin as he stares back up at her. Jimmy the Lion, such a bad man, but with such a refined taste in jewelry. "You had to?" she asks. Joker tilts his head so that she isn't upside down. "What do you want from me? I got bored. You took so long. I'm not perfect," he admits. Selina pulls the lion-shaped necklace from Jimmy's neck and drops to the floor. She admires it in her hand, commenting that the Joker shouldn't just kill random people. "Oh, darling, you're a villain and you're stooping the bat. Are you really in a position to say what does and doesn't work?" he asks. In a short time, they find themselves on the rooftop of the gangster's house, staring out over the city as the sun begins to climb into the sky. "Do you know who he is?" Joker asks Selina as he stares at the horizon. She nods. "Will you kill him for me?" Joker asks, not looking at her. "No," she says evenly. She finally stands, telling the Joker that she needs to leave before Batman questions where she is. He smiles and holds out a hand for her, helping her to her feet. "You know, darling, this isn't who you are," he tells her. Selina raises an eyebrow as the Joker spins her around, asking who he thinks she is. "You? That's easy. You're fun," he says. In the future, Selina finally gets to the reason why she came to Florida. "It's Bruce," she says as she sits on the couch. "He got sick. We did everything. His whole family was there. I told him I loved him, and he was gone," she says softly. In the present, Batman and Selina have tracked down Andrew. Others said that he came to the city to find his father, but the pair find him under a bridge in a homeless village. His body is cold, and his face was pulled into a hideous grin. Later, Bruce is telling Andrea, asking where Andrew's father was. She looks up at him through tear-soaked eyes. "Dead. He's dead," she whispers. In the future, the old man looks up with tear-soaked eyes, apologizing for breaking down. "I'm sorry, I don't usually. It's the end of something," he whispers. Selina nods. "It's okay. All I've done is cry," she says. She crosses the room and hugs him gently. "Batman's dead. What do we do now?" the man asks. Selina shushes him and nods. "Oh, you know, darling," she whispers, pulling him tighter. "He's gone. You can't stop me. For what you did for Andrea, I finally get to kill you," she whispers. The old man smiles. He begins to giggle softly, reaching up and pulling off his thick glasses and dropping them to the floor, pulling the wig from his head, revealing green hair and white skin. The giggles grow in intensity until he is laughing hysterically. The present. Snow falls on a graveyard, settling on the roof of the Wayne Mausoleum. Nearby, a shovel pushes through the frozen earth, finally hitting wood. Andrea tosses the shovel aside and opens the casket of Victoria Beaumont, revealing her Phantasm costume, a persona she thought she would never take up again. Christmas approaches and snow falls from the sky. The Phantasm has returned. The future. Joker pulls away from Selina and flops back into his chair, his face pulled into a smile. "How are you going to do it?" he asks. Selina settles back into the couch. "With my fingernail. I'm going to open your neck and watch you empty," she says easily. In the present, the Phantasm has begun her quest for vengeance. In the past, Batman has become aware of the Lion's death, killed by the Joker, and he tells Selina about it. Batman and Catwoman have discovered one of the bodies, a former henchman of the Joker. Selina watches as Batman continues to examine the body. "I tried henchmen once or twice. Bunch of guys dressed up as cats. Didn't really work for me. They were too loud," she comments. In the past, Selina is afraid Bruce will learn she was there when Joker killed Jimmy the Lion. She goes to a toy store the Joker is using as a hideout. "I need to talk to him," she says to the thug guarding the door. "He's not here," the man tells her. Selina sighs. She moves quickly, kicking the man in the chest and sends him through the door. Inside, she finds the Joker sitting on an easy chair on top of a pile of presents. "Selina, darling, Merry Christmas," Joker says with cheer, music playing softly in the background. Selina glares at him. "You couldn't clean up after yourself? Everything has to be a calling card?" "He's looking into the Jimmy the Lion thing," Selina snaps. Joker sighs and continues to suck on a candy cane. "I am chaos! I am destruction! I don't clean up after myself," he tells her. Selina sighs and pulls the lion necklace out of her purse. "Great! Well, Mr. Chaos and Destruction, remember to not clean this up when he takes you in. 'Cause if he finds it on me and not you, I'm f***ed," Selina shouts as she throws the necklace, hitting Joker in the head with it and knocking him off his chair. In the future, Joker pulls himself from the chair. "I'm gonna get some water. You want a glass?" he asks as he hobbles into the kitchen. He pours the water, calling out to her and reminiscing about the old times while he does, talking about how exciting the old days were, how every day now is the same old thing. And he reaches into the freezer for some ice, smiling as he sees the heavy revolver he's stashed there. The present. Another former Joker henchman is killed, poisoned at the bar. Batman and Catwoman arrive on the scene. "She's hunting," Catwoman notes. In the past, Batman has begun to search for clues into the Jimmy the Lion murder, looking for something that doesn't add up. Selina finds herself back at Jimmy's house. "What is this? I thought we were going out." She sighs as she watches Batman try to break into Jimmy's safe. Finally, she pushes him aside. "Does the safe matter? I don't think the Joker put his next job in here," Selina notes. Batman shakes his head. "Records show Jimmy recently purchased a large diamond necklace. It wasn't found in the house. I'd like to confirm it's not here. I found bits of the chain, as if it was ripped off," Batman says. Selina opens the safe with a pop and glances over her shoulder at Batman. "You think Joker stole a necklace?" she asks. In the future, the Joker prepares to come out of the kitchen. "Okay, I got your water," he calls. He kicks open the door and fires, the rounds ripping through the couch. But Selina is gone, and the Joker doesn't realize she's right behind him. The present. Another thug is running scared, rushing down into the Gotham subway. He rushes inside the subway car just as the doors close. Finally, he should be safe. He bends over, gasping for breath, but when he looks up, the Phantasm is watching him. "Jesus, please," he gasps. The Phantasm begins to stalk forward, raising her scythe hand. There's nowhere for the thug to run. Brian Patchett, your angel of death awaits you, the Phantasm calls. The past. Bruce and Selina are sitting at the dinner table as Alfred pours them wine. I don't know, maybe he needed the necklace. Not all poison gas is free, Selina points out. But Bruce shakes his head, pointing out that the safe was full of jewels that were worth far more. Selina shrugs and points out that the Joker couldn't get into the safe. You did, Bruce says. Selina just stares at him. I'm not the Joker, she points out softly. The future. Selina smacks the gun out of Joker's hand and kicks him to the floor. Do you know how long I've waited? She asks. He pulls a knife from his pocket and rushes her, but she flips over the attack and kicks him again. I can't ever get Andrea out of my head, she hisses, standing over the fallen victim. I used to beg him for it. Just this one thing. Just once, she growls. The present. Bruce is looking out the bedroom window, Selina in his arms. But there's something wrong. The angle of the signal is wrong. When they arrive on the rooftop, they find the Joker standing over two dead cops. He pulls a gun on them and fires, but a white flag comes out. Joker drops to his knees in front of them. I surrender, Batman, I do! The Phantasm's coming for me, please! I don't want it to get me! Save me, Batman, please! He pleads. The past. Catwoman and Batman stand on an icy, snow-covered rooftop. You want to ask me? So ask, Catwoman says with a sigh. Batman doesn't look at her. The necklace was a lion, a cat. I don't want to build this on lies, Batman whispers. Catwoman comes up behind him and puts her arms around him. Ask me, she whispers. Batman pauses for a moment before finally speaking. Were you there? With the Joker? He asks. She leans in close to his ear. No, she whispers. The future. Selina steps forward, pulling off her driving glove. Even as he died, he made me promise, made me swear to be good, she whispers. The Joker looks up at her, his face pulled into a smile. Well, everything considered, at least that's funny, he tells her. Selina's hand moves in a flash, her nails slashing Joker across the throat. His smile disappears for a moment as blood begins to leak out. Selina stands up as he slumps over, laying in a pool of his own blood as the life flows out of him. Gotham City, the future. Illuminated by the bat signal, Batwoman stares out over her city, processing what the commissioner just told her. A body in Florida? Aren't you the commissioner of Gotham, Dick? She asks, turning back to Dick Grayson. Dick nods. It was an elderly man, living alone in a retirement community, throat slashed ear to ear. He was wearing makeup, some had come off, and under the makeup, his skin was white, Dick tells her. Batwoman glances at him. We've been looking for him for 10 years. He wasn't in Florida, Helena reminds him. The past. Christmas is getting closer. The Joker has begun a new plot, sending a message to Batman and Catwoman. But Selina hunts him down, finding him at the toy store again and attacking him. You bastard! She snarls as she punches him hard, knocking him to the floor. He laughs and starts to stand, but she kicks him back down. He found your damn reindeer. Did you enjoy their screams as you sewed antlers onto those poor families? What is wrong with you? She says as she kicks him again. She grabs him by the collar of his Santa suit and pulls him up, but the Joker just smiles through the blood. Oh, darling, you think I know? he asks. The future. Helena sits across from her mother in the manor, enjoying dinner together. Helena looks up from her soup and comments that she saw Dick. They found a body in Florida. They think it's the Joker. Dick thinks it is, she says softly. Selena merely stares at her daughter and takes a spoonful of soup. Mother, did you hear me? Helena asks. Selena doesn't say anything. They're running tests now. I should know shortly. I will let you know as soon as I know, Helena tells her. The present. Batman stalks into the room that holds the Joker's cell. Paul Fleischman is dead, Batman growls. Joker doesn't move from his spot on the floor. My God, no, he calls. Also, who's Paul Fleischman? Batman enters the cell and grabs Joker from the floor, slamming him into the wall. She sliced him up. GCPD ran the autopsy. Found your message under his tongue. I'm hiding with the Batman and Catwoman. Batman growls as he slams Joker again. Joker nods his head. Oh right, Paul Fleischman, he giggles. Batman growls and throws him to the floor. I'm done. Phantasm wants you, she can have you. I'm letting you out, he says as he turns to leave the cell. But Joker laughs from his place on the floor. Ha ha! No, you're not. I go out there, I die. You kill me, and you won't kill me, Mr. Batman. You're too nice to kill me, Joker giggles. The future. Batwoman stands on a gargoyle, overlooking her city, her radio patched through to Selena. They match some DNA from an old crime scene. It's him, Mother. The Joker's dead, Helena reports. Selena sits in front of her vanity mirror, putting on makeup. The world weeps, she says softly. Batwoman stands, informing her mother that she'll be taking the Batplane south to help with the investigation. It's the Joker, but it's still a murder, Helena says when Selena asks why. Helena, sometimes you sound just like your father, Selena laughs. Helena nods, explaining that she thinks it might have something to do with Bruce's death, since the two died so close to one another. I suppose. They were always tied, those two. They existed with each other, maybe for each other. They lived together, they leave together, Selena says softly. The present. Selena sits up in bed and sees the Phantasm standing over her. Selena Kyle, your angel of death awaits, the Phantasm says. She moves fast, bringing her scythe down and slashing through the bed, with Selena moving barely fast enough to avoid her. Selena rolls off the side of the bed, hissing at her attacker. Go f*** yourself, Selena snarls and leaps at the Phantasm, grabbing her arm and pushing it out of the way. The tackle takes both women through the window, sending them out onto the rooftop amongst the shattered glass. They both tumble off the roof and slam into the ground below, and both lay there, stunned. The past. Selena is working on another safe. Twisting the dial as she listens closely, it opens with a pop. She pulls the door open to find a voice calling to her from the darkness inside. Oh, Selena! Hello! Can I tell you, I have been looking high and low for you. And just when I gave up, here you are! Life can be so funny! Joker whispers from inside the safe. Why were you looking for me? Selena asks. A purple-gloved hand reaches out from the shadows, holding a necklace of pearls. Here, will you take these? They're not my style, and I accidentally murdered my fence with a cattle prod. Again, Joker says. Selena reaches out for the pearls and takes them. She can see his smile as he warns her of his impending poison gas attack. I didn't tell you about the reindeer. It upset you, so I felt you should know about this one. That way, you can tell the Bat and he can save the day, Joker says with a grin. The grin grows wider as he wonders if Batman will ask where she got this information.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. You just have to decide. Are you Catwoman or are you Batman? Joker says.
Selina steps back from the safe, horrified by the decision she has to make. Joker's folded body still shaking with laughter. The future. Helena sits across the dining table from her mother, telling her about the trip to Florida. Any clues? Selina asks, stroking the head of her cat. Helena stares at her mother, thinking of a cat hair she had found in the house. Helena pauses for a moment before finally answering. No, Mother. It was clean, Helena says softly. The past. Snow falls from the sky as citizens of Gotham enjoy skating along the city's ice rink, unaware of the timer counting down in the ice beneath their feet. The future. Batwoman is working, her batarangs slicing through the air and knocking guns from Penguin's goons' hands. Oswald looks at her in annoyance.
Woman, you are ruining my Christmas festivities,
he grunts at her. Batwoman stands tall amongst his goons. I'm sorry, Oswald. I don't mean to. I just wanted to talk, she says. Penguin laughs and motions for his goons to attack.
What is that? What kind of Batman says I'm sorry? Your father never apologized, he laughs.
But in moments, the goons are all down, and Batwoman lets the last of them fall to the floor. You're going to tell me about my mother and the Joker, Batwoman growls. In the past, Bruce is getting ready for the party, straightening his tie in the mirror as he informs Selina that the party will be awful and people will stare, but you get used to it. Selina looks up from her chair. Bruce, there's a bomb under the Gotham ice rink. Joker put it there, Selina finally says. Bruce turns and stares at her for a moment. How long? He asks. Selina shakes her head. 20 minutes, if he's telling the truth. He doesn't always tell the truth, she whispers. Bruce pulls the tie back off and drops it to the floor. Talk to Alfred about the party. He'll come up with some excuse, Bruce says as he stalks out of the room. The present. Selina wakes up in a strange room, hearing the sound of Andrew speaking to his mother below. She slips out of the room and goes down the stairs, finding Andrea watching old videos of her son in her secret lair. The Phantasm glances up at Selina. Hello, Selina. I'm Andrea, or Phantasm. I'm holding you hostage. I'm trading your life for the Joker's, Andrea explains. The future. Helena is moving through the city, asking all the old villains and rogues about Selina's relationship with the Joker. Everyone agreed that while none of the villains were co-workers in the strictest sense, they still all considered each other professional friends. Most agreed that the Joker and Selina seemed to be more than friends. Scarface glares at her while the ventriloquist slumps next to him, drooling on himself.
Yeah, they had a thing. I mean, we all had a thing, but the two of them? I seen it. It was sick if you ask me,
the puppet mutters. Clayface agreed.
No one was close with the Joker except her,
Clayface told her. The past. Batman is cutting through the ice while the police shout for everyone to get clear. Finally, Batman is close enough and he punches his way through, cracking the ice and grabbing a hold of the bomb. Ripping it out, he looks at the timer and sees that he has 4 seconds left. The present. Andrea turns back to the monitors, which now show images of her son's dead, smiling face. I'm sure he'll have some sort of plan, a third way. Try to find us and break you out. I've known him for so long. That's just who Bruce is, Andrea says. She turns back to Selina. He can't accept when things don't go his way, she says. Selina steps forward, explaining that they don't know if the Joker actually killed her son. But we will find out, we swear, Selina says. But Andrea shakes her head and turns away, pointing out how many people the Joker has killed each time he escapes from Arkham. She reaches out a hand and touches the image of her son. Bruce thinks he helps, but honestly, all he does is forgive. I think you would know that more than anyone, she says softly. The past. Selina looks out over the city as snow falls from above. 20 minutes, Batman growls as he steps from the shadows. He just glares at her. Where is the Joker? He demands, and Selina just glares back. F you, she snaps. You need to know where he is? Come and get me and beat it out of me. Scare me to death, just like you do all your other lovers, she says, before leaping off into the night, leaving Batman alone. And there you have it, Batman Catwoman 1 through 4 by Tom King. I hope you enjoyed this story, and if you did, please be sure to let us know down below, and let me know what you thought of my various voices that I tried out. I tried to have some fun with this one. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again next time. Rest in peace, Benny.